would all, of course, note that I have not used the U word so far, Ukraine, but it was a challenge. I mean, no question about it. In fact, in many ways, the management of that issue while keeping the agenda moving, I think, was the real process. I would say the complexity of the process was really focused around that. So at every meeting, the idea was to get the substantive work done while managing the Ukraine contradiction. So you could well ask me that, in a sense, what was the formula or the recipe for India's managing the G20 consensus in Delhi, and I think the Sherpa knows and the G20 team knows we had a particularly exciting last 48 hours before we came to that consensus. And when I think back about it, I would say that what we did was we created so many outcomes that the value of that consensus went up, given the fact that there was so much riding on it. So it would have been a very brave country to take the call not to go along with the consensus. So if I would say, perhaps a learning which Amitabh and I carried from our youthful years in the university together, when you play this 3-card poker, in India it is called Teen Patti, if the stakes are high enough, nobody is going to call. So we learned something in that process. And I think because the stakes were really high, because the relationships were really strong, that between us and the other G20 members, we were actually able to get everybody to understand the seriousness of what was at stake. So it was, in a way, certainly a victory for diplomacy, but I would also say in many ways it was an assertion of gravitas, in a way, of a certain commitment to what are the really important issues in the world today, particularly in the world of multilateralism today. So that's, I think, in a way, the reason why we could end up as well as we did.